Guys, it's Elle and welcome back to my channel. Yes, I have a headband on because we are getting real serious here. It is our week 3 of our Green Clean June. We're trying a new healthy, clean, green foundation by Lawless. I've gotten so many questions about this, asking me if I'm reviewing it, and yes, that is what we're doing today. So if you want to know more about this foundation, hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, make sure that notification bell is on, and let's do it. Okay, I'm coming at you with this cute little headband. Isn't it fun? All right, so let's talk about this foundation because I've already tried it 2 times just because I wanted to. I've not had the best luck here with these green foundations. So I wanted to give you guys the absolute best way to apply this foundation for my skin type and give you tips along the way. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to explain all about this foundation, application tips, apply it to the face, and do a little bit of a wear test throughout the day. All right, so Lawless foundation. So this foundation I actually bought from Sephora, and it is $46. This foundation, I actually think that it's very pretty. I mean, it's really kind of nice, classy packaging. It's very heavy. It's glass packaging. I think it's very, very pretty. It is I want to just it says it's clean AF. And we all know what AF we think it means. It means always, I believe. I think it means always something. Always free, which means it's always free of this list of ingredients that I will share with you. I love this line though. It says makeup is sexy, makeup is transformative, makeup is art, and now it's safe too. I love this idea. Okay, so super into this. So it's always free. This brand, I believe, and this foundation I know is free of carcinogens and cancer-causing ingredients, endocrines and hormone and disruptors. Awesome. It's cruelty-free and it's cruelty and animal testing practices free. So I love that. And it's also free of silicones, which is, you know, one of my number ones, and I think it's fantastic. This line actually has lipsticks as well, which I'm interested in getting for sure. And it says that there are any synthetic ingredients we use in our formulas are naturally derived to help create beautiful, non-toxic products that look, feel, and perform at a level you need and expect them to, which I love. So the list is so, can you even see it? It's so long of what is not in this foundation. I mean, it continues to go. All right, look at that. Look. Oh my gosh. It is a soft demi matte finish. That's the only thing about these kind of more healthy brands is I wish they would make a more luminous foundation. I swear you guys, I am going to make this if I get the chance ever. There's quite a selection of colors for a brand new brand like this. It's a full coverage, and it says it's for all skin types. And it says for medium to high coverage, use 1 to 3 pumps, apply to the skin with your favorite method, which I love. So it does not, like, you know, it says fingers, a brush, a damp beauty sponge. For full coverage, wait 30 to 40 seconds after the first application and build coverage where it's more desired. It says, due to the clean, non-toxic nature of the ingredients in this product, the dry down time may take longer compared to some other foundations. All right, so let's get into this. So I actually got the color Mesa. I have used this a couple times before. I used it on just skincare like this, and it was really matte, and I even used it with a sponge. Then I used it with a illuminizing primer, one that doesn't have so much kick to it. I used it with the Charlotte Tilbury primer, the very first one, I forget what it's called, and it just wasn't enough hydration for me, but the coverage is incredible. I say if you just to start out with 1 pump, I was like 1, 2, and it was really full coverage. So what I'm going to do today is I'm actually going to be using the CoverGirl True Blend base. It's an illuminizing base. The only reason being, and I know it's completely defeating the purpose, I should be using a much cleaner base, is I wanted to use something that has a little bit more radiance to it, because even wearing it with different primers, I still got it to break up a little bit right here. But I will tell you, if you're going to be using a non-silicone based primer, I did use it with the Tatcha primer and the I did use it with, because I used primers on different parts of my face, I did use it with the Too Faced Hangover Primer, which is silicone free, and they both looked really pretty with it. But I wanted a little bit more glow because I am now more, you know, normal to dry, and for some reason in this summer weather, I should be a little bit more dewy, but recently, I think it's the retin-A I'm on, I'm still pretty dry, so it just looks real matte. So I wanted to give you the best finish for this foundation. So I'm going to be doing 1.5 pumps on my hand, and I'm going to take it on my sponge. Now, this foundation looks a little bit light for me, and I will tell you, for me, it did oxidize about one color. Not a big deal. I mean, people freak out over that. I know it's kind of hard to pick the right foundation if you can't go to the store, but I got it online. So I did order 2 and I returned the other. And yeah, so it does oxidize, I would say maybe a shade to half of a shade. So not that much. It's not going to be super crazy, but you'll see after I apply this, you'll see it'll get a little bit darker. But I will tell you off the bat, I loved the finish of this makeup. This so far is one of my favorite clean foundations. It goes on great with the sponge and great with a brush. So if you are more of an oilier skin type, I really do think that all skin types can use this foundation. You know, I don't say that a lot. And I really do think that all skin types can use this foundation, because if you're oily, just apply it with a brush and it will be the most beautiful matte finish ever. And if you saw my video on Tuesday of this week, I actually had it on with just the Too Faced Hangover Primer on underneath it, and it looked beautiful. And I noticed though that there is a little bit of extra dry down time. You definitely need to give it a second to do its thing before you move on. So that's why I kind of do it this way, and then I'll do my eyes, and then I'll do the rest of my face. So I'm going to give this a couple of seconds. I'm going to kind of give it a little fan to dry down, and I want to see if we can build it up, because I did not try those techniques on the side of my face to give this a little bit more coverage over where I need to. And of course, we will get in close so you can see what it really looks like. But for me, I love how the skin is looking right now. I really need a luminizing primer underneath foundations that have a more demi-matte finish to them and that are more full coverage. All right, so we're gonna build this up. Oh yeah, it's building beautifully. I'm so impressed with this foundation. You totally could apply this with your fingers. Just be very careful of the amount, because obviously you will get quite a bit of coverage with your hands, and this is already a full coverage foundation. Yeah, it's building beautifully. You can barely see my sunspots over here. It looks really good on the nose. Let me get up real close here. It's beautiful, you guys. So I'm going to scoot in real close here so you guys can see everything. Do you see how that primer just really gives it something special and a luminosity that's really beautiful? Look at the forehead. The forehead even looks really good. So and you can see it started to kind of oxidize just a little bit. Again, it doesn't bother me that it does that, but just know when you're picking a color, try to get one that's like a half a step lighter than you. Yeah, I would say a half a step lighter than you, but do you see how it went on really light, and then now it's kind of matching me perfectly? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go finish the rest of my makeup, and I'll be right back to show you. And oh, by the way, I do set this. I have to, since I have used a hydrating primer underneath this, I do have to set this, but you won't have to if you just use it without a primer underneath it. Okay, so BRB. All right, you guys, I am back. Obviously, I've changed my clothes. My whole makeup is on. I'm in between filming 2 videos for this foundation Friday, but I am blown away by this foundation. I love how it looks. This is by far my favorite time I have worn this foundation. It looks really good actually everywhere. I set this with my Hourglass Mineral Veil powder. And the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit my forehead and a little bit on the sides with a little bit of setting spray, because I don't usually use a lot of powder, but since I use that illuminizing primer underneath this, I just feel like it needs a little bit of hydration because of the powder that goes on top of it. All right, so let's go into real light. It feels so weightless on the skin, and I just feel like this is a huge winner, and I can't wait to use it. The only thing is I wish, you know what it is? I hope that this brand does so well. So let's really lift this brand up and really give it the notoriety that it deserves. I hope they come out with a dewy version of this and some sort of skin-like foundation, because I want everything that this foundation is, but to be a lot lighter coverage. I don't want to have to use less. I want to have like a very skin-like finish, more of a water-based foundation. So let's lift this brand up. But let's go into real light so you can see how this all looks. Okay, you guys, I'm in my bedroom, but I had to show you how cute this top is and these jeans. They're like boyfriend jeans. This company called Liverpool Jeans sent me this top and these jeans. These shoes are actually from Nordstrom. They're brass plum, but I love this. This is like my go-to outfit right now. I like that it covers my arms. I have a little thing hanging out right here. The jeans feel really good. They feel like they really fit me nicely. So if you guys want to know, and I like how it goes longer in the back, that covers up me, and I'll put it in the description box though so you guys can take a look, but I really enjoy it, so thank you. All right, so here it is in daylight. This is the foundation. It looks so pretty. I'm gonna scoot you in here so you guys can see. Look at that lip. I love that little lip. So this is what it looks like. It still looks like skin. I think it's very pretty. It's holding up very nicely. It feels really lightweight on the skin. And it doesn't have any claims about it being a long wearing foundation. I have worn this foundation for about 5 hours and it didn't actually move. It looked just like this. So for me, wearing a foundation for 5 or 6 hours for me is a long wearing foundation, but I'm gonna give this one a nice go and we're gonna see how it holds up throughout the day, catch it on camera, and I will see you guys in a little bit. All right, back. Hey there, you guys. So I am back. It is actually 7 hours later. This lip, I've touched up the gloss literally once. This stays on so well. I haven't really eaten, I ate like string cheese, but this is such a good, long-lasting lip, FYI. But look at this foundation. What? It looks so good. It has not moved. I will say that I have not been outside. It is very hot today. I think it's like 95 degrees. But I'm going to go out to dinner with my daughter, have a little date with her. And so I'll check back in after dinner to let you see what it looks like, because it'll probably be another 2 hours or so from now. But I just am so blown away by this foundation. I think it looks gorgeous. So yay, 2 thumbs up so far, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hey you guys, how are you? Okay, so it is, I'm just opening the door so we can see this a little bit more clearly. It is 2 hours later, and unfortunately, it has gone not great. I'm going to show you real close up. Look, can you see it? It is completely broken apart. I honestly think it's a combination of a couple of things. I obviously, like I've been saying, I've been starting Retin-A, so the skin isn't actually that dry, but once the moisture leaves from my skincare and from the primers, all my matte foundations lately have just broken apart. Nothing this bad, to be honest with you. It's just, I think, a case of just my skin doesn't like matte foundations. I'm sure if I sprayed this with a little bit of hydrating spray, you know, push this in with a beauty blender, it would be a lot better. But it is broken apart. So I got about 5 to 6, I'd say 5 or 6 hours of wear time where it looked really good. But then it kind of went away. I'm really bummed about how this looks all around my nose and around my face, and it's starting to do the same thing on my forehead. I don't want this to defer you to not get this. I think it's a beautiful foundation. I love what this company is doing. I actually think that I'm going to try it tomorrow with like a beauty oil in it and see if that helps it. I'm also going to prep my skin with a more hydrating moisturizer and see if that helps. And I will report I will report back in tomorrow's video, or I'll report back in a video soon. Also, too, I totally cracked my crown somehow. I'm like so a mess right now. My overall thoughts are this. This foundation is going to be so amazing for oily combination skin. Even normal skin. If you're going to use this with normal to dry skin, please overhydrate your skin with a moisturizer, with an extremely hydrating primer. Spray this with some hydrating mist, maybe throughout the day. I think you'll be in good shape. The ingredients are so amazing. I urge this company from the bottom of my heart to please come out with a hydrating version of this. I can't wait to hear more and see more from this brand. I think they have done an awesome job, and I'm going to keep wearing this and keep supporting this line because I absolutely love what they stand for. So that is my final thoughts. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend, and I will see you on the next one. Lots of love from me to you. Mwah. Bye, guys.